human, machine. We are all one within the iris. Before me, I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together.
Maybe, though. All right, well, I'm going to look at the stuff I think is going to be what we're going to see. Unfixed right now is on Lucio. I think that is to speed burst someone out. He is going to be playing the Junkrat. I know for certain that Balotasha will be playing McCree, and Cruz will be playing Lucio. Winghaven, also a pretty safe bet to stick on that Reinhardt. Morte will be on Mercy. And for the moment, Too Easy is on that defensive Hanzo.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if he was trolling, you'd think he'd be heading back at this point, but he might be staying on defensive Hanzo, and this is interesting. You don't usually see Hanzo played on defense. He's a hero that, generally speaking, when teams go for a sniper, they go for Widowmaker, but interesting stuff coming out from REUNITED, perhaps meta breaking here early on in our best of 9. Meanwhile, looking at the Cloud9 side, we're going to have Reaver on the Junkrat, Debit on Reinhardt, Kai on an offensive Hanzo on his own, though he might be switching off the tank after the first shot. Sure4 and Grego on a pair of 76s, and here we go. There's sudden switch-ups. This is why it's always tricky calling the offense. So we're going to start again. We're going to have Reaver on the Widowmaker, Debit on Reinhardt, Kai on Zarya, Sure4 and Grego on a pair of 76s, and Adam on the Mercy. So let's take a look here at Reaver. Reaver going to be looking for those all-important early pickoffs here as Widowmaker, and we'll see if he can get them.
The double 76 is something really cool, something that we've seen Cloud9 run generally on defense and generally on Gibraltar, but kind of a new look here to see this running out on offense for the Kings.
And Reaver right now just looking at cracking that Reinhardt shield, and pretty effective at doing that. Reinhardt has to be careful. You take too much and it really creates an opening for the offensive move. And then Sure4, first play of the game, able to take out Too Easy with that Helix rocket. And now Reaver able to take a great position here, able to shoot at will. And this is a problem now for the defense of REUNITED.
They're in terrible position right now. Morte is all alone. He's trying to find someone to fly to, but he's just kind of getting locked down over there. Winghaven also split up from him. Morte does go down at the end. Unfixed trying to come in. Now they're trying to restabilize with his positioning on the point.
Oh, beautiful Helix rocket coming in for Sure4, helping to get 1, if not 2 kills there. They're on top of the point, and Cloud9, nothing flashy, just dominant gameplay, good positioning, and slowly grinding down REUNITED for what could be a very, very quick cap on point A here on Kings Row.
They never accounted for Sure4. Generally, you have someone over there watching that alley. He went through the hotel, jumped over the wall, and was able to get above and behind them very early on that 76, something you don't want to deal with. However, Too Easy does take out Reaver, though, the bow and arrow taking out the sniper rifle.
Yep, Reaver is going to go down. Reaver switching to McCree, so a double McCree switch up here coming out from Cloud9. Gonna be interesting to see if Debit goes Winston here. Kai's on the Winston, Debit's still on Reinhardt, but he has an ult coming up soon, so he wouldn't want to switch off just yet. We'll see if Debit stays on that Reinhardt after the Earth Shatter comes down. Dragon Strike coming in, and look at this, REUNITED going in off that, the Dragon is sated, a double kill for Too Easy, going to force off the resurrection from Adam, and we'll see if Cloud9 decides to come back right on this, but not a bad defensive setup here from REUNITED.
Yeah, I have to think the ultimate is probably one of the reasons they picked Hanzo on this map. Even aggressing first, it's very kind of choky. Teams only really push through one path, and then this point especially, there is only really that one path to come through, that Dragon getting a ton of value.
All right, here we go. Both teams have Earth Shatters up. Taking a look at Debit's view here. Debit could be dropping the Earth Shatter at a moment's notice, and he's going to need to get something big here because REUNITED is holding very far up, and it's working for them. And here we go. C9 moving forward. Lucio speed boost is out. Down comes the hammer. 3 people knocked down. A beautiful Earth Shatter coming in from Debit. Makes for 4 quick kills from C9. Make it 5. Gigantic resurrection, though, coming out from the side of REUNITED. It might not be over yet. A lot of those fallen heroes are coming back up. Do have a barrage coming in over the top from Unfixed. Doesn't quite get what he's looking for, but look at the Winghaven here. Could be dropping an Earthshatter at a moment's notice.
Yeah, the barrage did not get a ton of kills, but it bought them enough time to be able to reset up. Reaver tries to come in at the Deadeye, only gets 1, but he does take down Cruz during that.
Yeah, interesting back and forth with the resurrections. Of course, Mercy building ult charge relatively quickly on both sides, but C9 overall getting the better of that. They are able to move forward. Winghaven holding back, looking for an opportunity to use this Earth Shatter, is really holding on to it for a long time, and he's going to get taken out long before he's able to use it. We got Deadeyes all around here. Reaver with the double kill Deadeye. And Sure4 actually just saving his right now. Not going to have it here to punish the resurrection. And off this resurrection, REUNITED still has a chance of holding here. And they're, in fact, pushing C9 back. The speed boost is out there, moving in. Fire Strike comes down, and C9's going to have to back up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely punished for not staggering their Deadeyes there. They had 2 of them up and used them both at exactly the same time. Very patient resurrection came out from Morte. They're able to bring everyone up after those Deadeyes are exhausted. Now they're holding back where they wanted them.
Yeah, I mean, that was really interesting back and forth on both sides. Mercy Rez is really dictating the course of gameplay there off of some really nice ultimates from both sides. And now take a look at this. Earthshatter and Barrage are up for the side of the defense, and REUNITED can make this very, very difficult for C9 on this next push.
Now we got some double monkeys coming in though. One Primal Rage is dropped. Unfixed is going to try to barrage and take out Debit. He does get that kill, so it's 5v5 on this point.
Yeah, not a bad barrage coming out from the side of Unfixed. Earthshatter does come down from Winghaven, takes out Reaver. And REUNITED being pretty stifling here. Dragon Strike is out. Still back and forth on both sides. C9 can still turn this in their favor. Resurrection, though, going to bring up some of the fallen heroes here for REUNITED. This might be all they need to push back C9, but C9 striking right back. Both Winstons picking up a kill. And this is a bit of a crazy brawl on the payload right now.
Yeah, these Winstons are just absolutely moving in concert together. They are running and they're picking out a single target, and you have 2 monkeys in your face. Really hard to get away from that. Grego picks up a couple kills on Lucio, not something you see often, and they're going to grab this point.
Yeah, and this is where, again, C9, they run the double Winston really well, and, you know, I thought they were going to transition to this after Reinhardt uses ult, and they did, and C9's deadly on this. I mean, we're going to see Devin and Kai both look to leap in at the same time here, and they'll have good follow-up from both Reaver and Surefour. This is Reaver's playground right here. This last point on King's Row, we've seen him do absolutely dirty things to teams, and we're just going to find out what happens here in a moment.
Yeah, it's really dangerous to even poke here, especially when people are poking in front of Winghaven. Here comes the Deadeye from Surefour.
Offensive sound barrier is out, and Surefour, the triple Deadeye, makes his mark known, but gets a 4th kill. Surefour with the quad. And just a great showing from C9. A full team wipe. And this is bad news for REUNITED. They're now in stall mode.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see Divas and Tracers coming out here. They feel like they have enough time to run their standard composition, but both of the Winstons run to the door. Someone gets knocked off the cliff, I think, maybe.
Yeah, they're trying to go in. They're trying to delay Surefour, though. It takes out Cruz immediately. Cloud9 absolutely swarming the cart. REUNITED able to get 2 kills at the very least. Surefour, though, with the Deadeye. This should clean up what remains of REUNITED. The cart is moving forward, and not a bad time being set by C9 here on King's Row. But it's beatable.
Yeah, that's definitely a beatable time, mostly because they were able to stall out the streets so well. The Hanzo actually did some work. I was surprised to see the pick come off, first of all, but then, yeah, every time I saw a Dragon, I was like, oh yeah, there's still a Hanzo on the map, but you can see why. On this map in particular, a Hanzo ultimate is absolutely great.
And look at this, 5 people brought back up by Morte, and this was endemic on both sides. I mean, you look at the C9 side, Adam had some really phenomenal resurrections as well. Both sides really getting good use out of Mercy, and no surprise at all to see Mercy get play of the game. So 604... 604 is the time to beat. We've certainly seen much faster times on King's Row, but it's still a respectable time, and C9 shouldn't feel too bad about setting that. I mean, it's more in their favor than not.
We've seen that resurrection corner happen more often than not now. The Mercy is in that exact same house because so many people die in the streets phase of the game right there. That is not the first time we've seen a play of the game where the Mercy is staring exactly at that wall and brings up 4 or 5 people. I think in the future, teams might even just send someone into that house to try to clear out the Mercy because it's been so prevalent on King's Row.
Yeah, definitely. So, taking a look here, we'll see if there's any change-ups. No Junkrat really getting played here on the defense the first time around. We'll see if C9 changes that. I would suspect not, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's very strange how we've seen Symmetra come in and out of the meta, and it's been largely based on just kind of where the meta is and the patch notes that have come through on her. She used to be a staple on King's Row. Back when Melty was at the top of EU, they kind of brought her into the meta. Then she fell out of the meta a little bit. Then when Double Orb came back in, she was absolutely back. Then even in the most recent time, she's been still kind of in the meta. But I think teams know that the walk isn't long enough here to really justify running a Symmetra just for the teleporter value. And with those shield values not being what they were, you just really can't justify the pick.
No, Symmetra definitely falling out of favor. C9 not going to run it here on the defense. Instead, take a look at the Cloud9 defense. We're going to have Debit on the Reinhardt, Adam on Mercy, Reaver and Surefour on a pair of McCrees, Kai on the defensive Winston, and Grego on Lucio.
Yeah, offensively, it looks like they are posturing a little bit for Hanzo's strategy. Maybe throw out a couple scatter arrows early on. I will go with what I do know is going to be happening. Morte will be playing Mercy. Cruz will be on Lucio. Winghaven will be on Reinhardt. Balotaja will be on McCree. Unfixed and Too Easy, well, they're DPS flexy players anyway, so we'll see what they go with. I think we might see one of them on Pharah and the other on Zarya is generally what they like to run here.
Yep, so the Hanzo arrows might be coming out here in a moment. Debit here with the shield up, protecting Surefour. In fact, Unfixed is going to be switching to the Pharah, and Too Easy might be staying on Hanzo. This, again, could be with the Hanzo meta.
Unfixed Pharah has been really good lately. He's one of the characters or heroes on Reunited is definitely leveled up lately. His Pharah has gone to just insanely good levels lately, and they're going to have to deal with him trying to come around corners.
Here comes Unfixed coming over the top. Great positioning from Unfixed here. In a good position to rain down rockets. Not getting punished just yet. Doesn't quite get as much as you would have thought. Both teams trading off kills. 2, though, quick kills for Reunited. And this is not a bad look for them. If they can get 1 or 2 more, it might be all they need to take point A. Cloud9 definitely has to be careful here. They can't give up that next extra kill.
Yeah, I think they should have been a little more aggressive faster there, knowing that they had killed the opposing Mercy. They could have used their own resurrection at advantage. Now that Mercy's going to be up, and they just lost 4.
Yeah, Reaver, Surefour coming in big. Really set up by that Earth Shatter from Debit. Debit landed the good Earth Shatter. It wasn't bad position coming out from the side of Unfixed, but he wasn't able to get the kill he needed. And a very, very beautiful recovery coming out from C9. And now, Reunited in some trouble. As you mentioned, Mercy res is up, and there's ultimates in the game, and this is going to be a tough nut for them to crack.
Yeah, they had a great window there with Adam dying early that I don't think they took full advantage of. We're going to see Unfixed try to come over the top here, and I think they're going to try to be cracking Debit's shield, but Debit, as I mentioned earlier, so smart about when to use that shield, not taking unnecessary damage.
Deadeye coming out from Surefour. You see McCree just pop Deadeye anytime it's up here, looking for what they can get, and Surefour the double kill. C9 just absolutely mowing down Reunited's offense there. The team kill horn is out. Surefour exploding, and back to the drawing board for Reunited.
Yeah, that one's pretty rough, and now they don't really have an ultimate advantage or anything to work with. Here's a switch that I thought we were going to see. Too Easy does come up on Zarya, a great combo setup there for the barrage, but Zarya's ultimate charges very slowly.
Yeah, this is not the best look for Reunited. They're going to need to change something up soon. Earth Shatter, though, coming down from C9. C9 being absolutely merciless here. Moving in. Reaver with the double kill. Resurrection is going to be up. Reaver with the triple, though, setting this up. Offensive sound barrier coming down. Still very disorganized from Reunited. Earth Shatter going to come down. Won't be enough. Big charge in from Winghaven. They're starting to twist it in their favor. Yeah. Justice raining from above. Unfixed turning that in Reunited's favor with the help of the Reinhardt. So pretty good turnaround coming out from Reunited, and now they're in good position to take point A. And time-wise, they have 3.5 minutes left. This is still very doable.
Yeah, very doable. And of note is that Zarya Graviton Surge is almost ready. Unfixed should be able to charge up his barrage pretty quickly if he's getting damage-boosted rockets with the help of Mercy. So we'll see if that combination comes off in Street. A very, standard combo that we've seen in Street space all the way back to Beta 1. Graviton Surge into barrage.
And although Unfixed isn't going to have a barrage up soon, Too Easy might just YOLO the Graviton Surge anyways. I mean, we've seen teams do that, and really with the Reinhardt, if Reinhardt can get in and just W-mouse 1, that might be all the follow-up you need. It's pretty effective.
Also high noon it too, but they're going to have a hard time cracking Debit's shields.
Oh, Kai being really, really aggressive there, gets punished by Volataja. Now a 6v5 in favor of Reunited. And this is the opportunity. If they can get a good Graviton Surge here, they could clean this up and get through the Streets phase with a lot of haste. Here they go, Too Easy moving in, looking for the Graviton, being very, very aggressive with the Lucio speed boost, but C9 being really, really smart. They're backing off and not giving the opportunity that Reunited wants to get here. They know that they'll have another opportunity to defend at full strength, so why not take it? But Surefour gets caught! Voltage will take it out! Graviton Surge coming out! But there's no follow-up. The follow-up is not there at all. Defensive Earth Shatter came out from Debit, really protecting his team, and that's a bit of a waste from Reunited.
Yeah, now just very scrappy back and forth on the card. I thought early on in that fight, Unfixed dying was really rough for them. He was way out of position. He got sniped out by a Lucio, and he wasn't there to be that follow-up for the Graviton Surge.
And look at Debit. Debit laying in the damage. Almost has another Earth Shatter up after that Fire Strike. But Volataja again coming in the clutch. Volataja has been absolutely crazy in this game thus far. Really making his presence known. But the Resurrection going to come out from C9. Going to bring up their fallen heroes. And they're going to be pushing Reunited back.
pushed very far back. Unfixed just uses Barrage too, while Too Easy is getting at 90%. I don't want to overemphasize the value of a Graviton Surge, but a Barrage. But Unfixed, again, dying early in the fight when he didn't have to. Even just a follow-up of a damage-boosted Pharah over a Graviton Surge would have been enough. They caught 4 in that Surge and got no kills out of it.
Here we go, the offensive Sound Bear coming out. REUNITED, they need to make time right here, right now. They do not get any picks off that Sound Bear, and now C9 can turn back around, but no! Unfixed exploding, gets a double kill. Volataja with the backup, 4 kills in favor of REUNITED, and that could not have gone any better for them. And now, time-wise, they have 1:10 left to bring this to the end. They can do this, Hex.
Yeah, they were able to clean up Adam and Debit before either were able to get their ultimates off. Both are going to be at 100% now, and uh-oh, here comes Reaver on the defensive Widow.
This is a roadblock. They need to do something about this Widow soon, and they don't have an offensive Widow of their own, so dealing with this is going to be rough. I mean, they sort of just have to hide behind Winghaven Shield, hope to get in and kill the team before anything goes on. Winston going in is going to get Reaver out of his comfort zone, but it doesn't matter. Sureford goes in and explodes for a triple kill. And C9 with a very, very important hold there, and that might be the game.
And they knew it was coming, because both Too Easy and Unfixed had decent charges on their ultimates, and both of them switched to Winston to try to deal with that sniper. Now the problem is when one of the Winstons left, they got cleaned up on the ground.
Yeah, and Kai now blowing Primal Rage. All C9 has to do is delay for a little bit longer here. They know it. 20 seconds remaining. REUNITED is not going to be able to get this cart anywhere near the end now after that last team fight, so... Well played, the both teams here, but C9 going to strike first blood, going up 1-0 in our best-of-9 series. As Reinhardt's just charging everywhere. Also, my camera just is like completely busted right now. Something weird just happened.
Just beta things. That's not going to be an excuse in a couple weeks.
Like my mouse actually. Okay, there we go. It's back.
Yeah. You should try.
Yeah, just beta. The beta thing's excuse does go away.
You should
that was weird. I've never had that happen before.
Using sandpaper on your mouse so that you can click faster. I've heard that's a thing.
Oh man. So they're gonna let REUNITED push to the end here. We'll see the play of the game, and we will move on to map number 2 in just a moment. Probably switching over to the EU servers. That's one thing to note, is that we are switching off between NA and EU servers every map. This was on NA. So REUNITED's gonna have a bit more of a home field advantage. Moving on to map number 2.
Well, and REUNITED is one of the teams that has, made it very known that they are not a fan of playing cross-region. They don't like playing with a 100-ish ping that other teams seem to play with and be kind of okay with anyway. But yeah, REUNITED does not like playing cross-region at all.
Good old Winston getting in there, cleaving. I mean, Winston, if he gets the right position, can do an absolute boatload of damage, and that's how he gets on your play of the game.
Yeah, well, one of the great follow-ups to a Graviton Surge is just a Winston holding down M1. I mean, it cleaves so hard, and he can just sit there with his high health pool and actually wreck a big ball of meat.